Protests across the country and city tonight over the death of George Floyd, who died after a police knelt on his neck for several minutes in Minneapolis. Now, here in the city, protests that started peacefully in Union Square earlier in the day are beginning to escalate. Let's head over there now to New York 1's Ron Lee with the latest. Ron.
Hey there, Dean. Well, tensions here in Union Square are definitely running high. If you take a look just behind me, you can see 14th Street by Broadway. There are lots of police officers in the bus lanes, and they are basically enclosed. There are a lot of gates around them. You're not seeing too many people in the crowd. A lot of people apparently are just around the corner on Broadway. Now, Shalasia, who's a mom with a beautiful young kid over here, she just came from over there. What were you seeing over there?
They are beating up the paddy wagon. Like, they're setting fires. They're hopping on top of paddy wagons. It's just bonkers. I honestly feel like if the police just stopped killing our black men, like just stop taking our black men from us, we probably wouldn't even be in this predicament right now.
There's a lot of anger right now. There's a lot of people being very in your face with some of the officers. How are you? Our light kind of went off. Excuse us, guys. There's a lot of just anger right now. I mean, are you feeling it? And are you feeling like when they are talking to the police officers being in their face, how does that make you feel?
Kind of feel kind of good because they can't really do anything. We got advantage just like they got advantage. It's kind of like a 50-50 thing right about now. All I know, these people are trying their hardest not to put their hands on these cops, and I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
But I have my 2-year-old out here, so I got to get up out of here before they start getting a little bit more crazy. But I like the fact that society is coming together as one, because it makes no sense. From Eric Brown to Eric Garner, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Now George Floyd, I honestly feel like that the cop intentionally meant to kill that man. Unarmed, he was not resisting arrest, he was not being dangerous. So I kind of felt like he took advantage of George Floyd, and that's why we are here today. And I have 2 little brothers of my own. I want to see my little brothers graduate. I want to see them get married. I want to see them have their own kids. I want to see them make it somewhere in life, not end up 6 feet under because of cops, because they was just riding a bike or playing music too loud.
Shalasia, before things get a little too dangerous, why don't you get going with your young kid?
Definitely.
Thank you for talking with us, though.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Okay, so we just want to let you know that, like, it has been filled with a lot of tension and also quite a bit of violence. We've done our best to keep our distance, but take a look at some of the video that we shot just tonight as things began to escalate to a very, very violent degree. Now, in some of the video that you're seeing, this is most likely by, you're seeing video of Broadway and East 14th Street. You know, our cameras were rolling while some police officers were pushing some people who were in the crowd. It's not clear who started it. We're not sure, but we were able to see the result, which involved people being shoved. You also are probably seeing some images right now of protesters jumping on top of a police vehicle. The disrespect for police property did not stop there. On East 15th Street by 5th Avenue, we saw that there was a police van that had multiple windows smashed. There was also an incident here on 14th Street where there was a female police officer inside of a vehicle when the protesters, demonstrators, decided to smash the windshield as that female police officer was inside. It is not clear if she was injured. Just so much violence going on. You know, we've been trying our best again to keep a safe distance from some of the more wild aspects of this scene, but at one point it was difficult to escape the craziness even from far away because we heard something. We weren't really sure what had happened, but then when people started to turn around and were running for their lives, we of course had to do the same. So, you know, it's just a lot of tension around here. There have been even some reports of fires by 5th Avenue on 14th Street. So even just in this area, as you can see, it's just it's been a tough night for a lot of people around here. A lot of people having to try their best to exercise restraint. Dean.
All right. I mean, now you've been out in that location for several hours now, and you said initially it was peaceful earlier in the day or earlier in the afternoon.
Dean, you're absolutely right. You know, we started our day at 3 o'clock. There was a nice, peaceful protest from 3 to 4 p.m., you know, hundreds of people, no violence, a lot of shouting, but no violence. That group ended up basically going around Manhattan. They went to the West Side Highway, they went to Washington Square Park. Eventually they got back here hours later. Things were peaceful early on, and it just seems that as the evening hours come, that's when the violence seems to escalate. Dean.
I mean, in your opinion, and I know it's hard to tell because you have hundreds, if not thousands of people out there, but does it appear like it's the same group of people or are organized by the same group? Because now there's an issue that the police department is concerned that out-of-towners, perhaps anarchists, are coming in to cause these issues. Does it look like it's the same group or just different people coming in?
Dean, before I answer that, let me just let you know, I am smelling what, it's just like fireworks, right? Like, don't you smell it? Yeah, there's definitely a fire in the distance. Not in 14th. I just saw a fire truck going down 5th Avenue. So we can definitely smell it from here. We're between University and Broadway. But getting back to your question, Dean, there have been multiple groups converging. You know, they've been converging on areas like Washington Square Park, like right here, Union Square, because these are like the big general areas. So while one group is here, eventually you end up seeing another group joining, and then that group will have their face-to-face encounters with police. And so it's not one unified, it's either unified in their message, but they are not unified in terms of who's organizing these groups. Dean.
All right, Ron, if you can figure out what's going on nearby, you check in a little bit. Be safe out there. Ron Lee reporting, everyone.